Welcome back to the official Atari Games podcast. This is Jason here, and I am joined by three very special guests from Sandcastles. We have David Lozano Sánchez, programmer. Welcome to the pod, David. How you doing?
Hi, I'm fine. Thank you.
And thank you for joining. Then we got the easiest name to pronounce, Guillem Romero Martínez-Quintanilla, game designer at Sandcastles. Welcome, Guillem.
Hi, I mean, I'm very good.
Good. And lastly, we got Victor Valiente, artist at Sandcastles. Welcome, Victor. How you doing?
Hello.
Hello. I'll take that as a good.
Yeah.
We're great. Well, open to interpretation. Either way, thank you for joining me, fellas. This is the team behind Bread and Fred, and we're going to play some Bread and Fred to celebrate the lab update that came out last Friday at the time of this dropping, and in about 3 or 4 days from the time of us recording it. So we're going to play that. We're going to show some of the lab updates. There's going to be a lot of pain. I have Sam Brown, who is the, what is it now? New title. Release manager. He's the release manager here at Atari, and he will be my co-pilot while playing this in multiplayer. So we'll be able to see it. It'll be a lot of pain, and hopefully we'll have some laughs. But before we get to that, a little bit of housekeeping. First of all, if you haven't done so yet, join the Discord. You can find a link there, the Atari Club Discord. You could post questions on the podcast if you want. You could post feedback on the podcast. But really the best place to give feedback on the podcast is podcast services themselves. If you like what we do here, then please give us a nice 5-star rating on iTunes or Spotify or any other service you're listening to that has the ability to rate things. And that would be much appreciated. Also, if you haven't done so yet, get Bread and Fred. The links are going to be below. It's the lab update is now available for Switch and PC. You'll see all those links on where you could get that down below. And then, and also, if you can't wait for more Atari goodness, although technically that's Infogrames goodness, Breakout Beyond is right around the corner. So if you haven't pre-ordered that, do so. There's a pre-order discount, and that game will be out very shortly. All right, fellas, enough of that. We're here to talk about Bread and Fred. Okay, we got some adorable penguins. We're about to jump up. We're about to climb some labs. I'm going to learn about you guys and all that to the backdrop of playing this very hard game. So we are going to put in a little timestamp here. That looks like 2:45. And let's get to it. All right. So jump into a single player game. And of course, my controller's not working because I'm on the wrong window. There we go. I'm not single player. What a moron. I'm really good at doing this. This is why, you know what happened? I'll tell you what happened. I went to the OBS window instead of the game window, and that made me frazzled. And sometimes I get frazzled when I'm doing this. All right. It's not often. I tend to keep cool, be cool under pressure, but what are you going to do? What I want to know first, to start it up, tell me about the origins of Bread and Fred, not labs. How did you guys get together to create this game?
Okay, so should I go? Yeah.
Yeah.
Basically, we've known each other
this thing already
since, I don't know, like a lot of years. Like since I've met Victor and Guillem since I was like 12 or something like that, and they know each other since they were like 3 years old, I think.
Yeah.
So we've known each other for a while now, and we really like playing video games all together. And at one point, we did the usual step, like, let's do one together. And it all began because I think I saw a video about a raging game made by Ludwig.
Okay.
And I saw that and I said, we could do this. It will be easy. And let's say, okay, let's do it for 2 players because we like to play games together. So let's try bringing that raging game to the cooperative zone. And yeah, we did that. And like 3 years later, we released Bread and Fred, which was quite a ride. But yeah.
So it was 3 years. How? And I guess so. As 3 years time, like, man, what was I going to say? How much of that was that all in full time, was that just focused on developing the game, or did it start off part-time and then it got into full-time development? What was the journey of that creation?
Actually, it was 3 years, because 2.5 of them were like partial time, not even partial time entirely. Was like, okay, we have like an hour today, let's have something done on the project. And then we spend like 30 minutes on the project, and then the other 30 minutes playing other stuff. So it was a lot of years because of that, because we try to make some things, have fun with it, and then, well, we abandon it for a while. We have like 3 months of doing nothing on the project, but then later we had an opportunity with Apogee that said, hey, your game looks super cool, let's talk. So then a few months later we went full time, and in 5 months, I think, we ended the game.
Wow, that's pretty cool. So what was it that, because you said, wait, how do we make this long jump here? Oh, I got to swing, right? Here we go. Ah. All right, we're going to be here for a while, I feel like. Yeah, it's cool. It's funny how the design works. So what was the oh, right, I got to anchor you down there. Okay, got it. We should practice some swings here. How long did it take? Describe to me the process of like nailing these physics. Like, what was the idea of putting together this game that was like, we are going to just like create this physics system of with these rope swinging mechanics, like anchor these two together. Were you big ice climber fans, and you just said, we just want to make a cool ice climber game, or what was the logic there?
The thing is, it came up very quickly. It was like,
get closer to the edge.
It was like an afternoon where we were playing Overwatch or something like that, and we came up with this idea of the rage game, and we said, oh, we could do it for 2 people and cooperative, and what do we do? And we just said, okay, let's tie them together and see what happens. And we just said it could be penguins, because the penguin, the animal, is very clumsy and all that, and we like penguins, so
yeah,
why not? And that's it. I mean, the idea was,
pull me up. If you're not watching the video, you'll see we're making some good progress here.
Yeah, so really the idea came really, really fast. Like, we didn't give it like a second thought. Maybe if we did, our life will be much easier. But
yeah.
It
would it be though? Would it be, because I guess a lot of the idea is very strong. It's like it's almost ingenious, right? Like, these are the kind of great ideas that you often see take off, and they did. And I think you hit upon something that is so simple, right?
Yeah.
Like, we're jumping into this now, and we're clearly really good at this game, but we're also jumping into the hardest part of the game. But it's dealing with physics, and it's a lot of things that fit within the kind of gaming zeitgeist at the moment. So things that appeal to streamers, things going kind of off the rails, gone wrong, like creating those moments of chaos. And then by having that second person in tow, it just makes it more fun and more viral, right?
Yeah.
So can you not climb up? I guess you can. All right, then let go. Let go. All right, maybe I'll try. Let me try to do the swinging. I'm going to try to do the swinging. Okay, get in there. All right, when we get this thing going. This is a bad start. Hold it. Oh man, this is great listening. I know it. Oh my God, I'm awful at this. All right, you can do the swinging. Let's get back to you doing the swinging. That's a better idea. We're just going to be here for about 40 minutes, and then we'll figure it out. So what was the biggest learnings, I guess, over the course of those 3 years of development? Like, what was it that you guys learned and kind of on developing this game, and maybe there was experiences before that where you took that into this game in the development process?
I mean, I've learned to program. Like I knew how to program before, but if I see now the code for Bread and Fred, I will rip my eyes. And it makes really hard to work on Bread and Fred right now because I was a really bad coder back then. But yeah, and it's really different to make games for the university as I was doing, or for game jams, than making like a full-on game and release it on every platform. And it's been like a really long learning process to making everything. So I think that I've learned to make games, like in general.
Yeah, I think all of us did.
Yeah, I was gonna say the same thing. I learned all of it, like literally all of it. I mean, I in my case, especially because I didn't learn to make actual games. But I did something, but not very much. So Bread and Fred was the first project for the three of us together, and I learned basically the whole thing.
Man, that's cool. I love that. That's so cool. And just starting off and learning all the. I mean, yeah, it's like learn by doing, right? And I guess you take all those learnings into whatever becomes, maybe the next project. Who knows? That kind of thing. No, that's not gonna work. We got to puzzle this out a little bit. We got some puzzling to do.
It's funny because I didn't actually did pixel art ever, so it was my first time doing pixel art.
Oh, really? Because I was actually going to ask about that, because the pixel art is so cool.
Thank you.
And it's like really well done, and it does such a good job of command the character. I mean, obviously we're in our knight attire, right? We're playing a build now that it was designed. Well, first, maybe we should back up a little bit and talk about like what we're actually seeing here, because this is. Oh, you want to do this? Yeah. This is not. This is.
Yeah, big spin.
Trying. All right, I'll do the swinging again. You could do the swinging again. You're better at that. So basically, the reason why we're doing this now is there is an update to the game called the Labs, right? Yeah. And we are in the lab. And what we've done is basically provide a code for people to just jump right in. So that's what I'm playing. I jumped right into this. I have not reached the summit of this game, so I should not be here at this point.
Yeah.
Sam also has not been this high up. What's the highest you got, Sam?
Where the polar bear is.
Where the polar bear is. So how far up is that?
Like 25 meters.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How much?
It's like the beginning, like 25 meters.
All right, it's the beginning, so it's not really ideal to kind of jump right into what we're doing. We are doing some crazy stuff right now.
Yeah.
I guess I just kind of gotta. Oh wait, can I swing you and then stick to the top?
Yeah, I think.
And then we can kind of like do that little moon thing, like shimmy up the top. Is that doable?
So you're gonna swing and grab this side.
Right. Oh, you're saying like that?
Right trigger.
Okay, look up.
I'm losing my grip.
Don't. There. All right, now go.
Lower yourself a little bit.
All right, there we go. Look at this. This is called teamwork right now.
Let go when I'm at like the launching point.
Not there. Not there. It's exactly what we're doing. This is probably the most distracted I've ever been recording a podcast. Usually I'm pretty good at this.
Yeah, makes sense.
I'm not gonna lie. It's yeah. But I think we're doing a pretty good job so far. You guys are doing great. I'm doing great. We're all doing great. We're all doing a good job here. This is professional podcasting here. We're talking about Bread and Fred. This is what gets the clicks. This is what people like. At what point did you realize, oh, this is a big thing, right? Because this has been picked up by like a lot of substantial streamers, right?
Mhm.
Yeah.
So what was the moment where you said, "Oh man, like this is actually a thing, or this could be a thing"?
I mean, like there's been
There's-
like a couple moments,
Yeah.
but like the first one, for example, for me, maybe it's when we started making the game. We started making devlogs for YouTube, and it started gaining some views on YouTube, and it started
You gotta go to
tracking
the other.
people. And we were like, okay, this is liking. Some people like that, so let's keep doing. Then we jumped to maybe like when we appeared on the Wholesome Direct back in
Yeah.
2022. I think we only appeared for like 15 seconds. And we gained like thousands of wishlists,
Oh,
and we
wow.
were like, okay, so more people are liking this game. But I think like the top moment was where back in December 2022, like Matt Morph, which is a content creator, made a TikTok from Brett and Fred, and it gained like, I don't know, like 20 million views or something like that over a week. And we gained, I don't know, like thousands and thousands of wishlists in like a week. We went from 9,000 wishlists to 80K in a week. So it was
Oh man.
crazy.
Yeah.
And when did you get connected with Apogee, and how did that happen?
We were connected with Apogee back in July, I think, from 2022, and it was because they saw us on the Wholesome Direct. So someone
Okay.
from Apogee was looking at the Wholesome Direct, and they were like, "Oh, that's a cool game." So they contact us, and we start working.
Very cool.
Yeah.
And now it is an Infogrames joint.
Yeah.
We've been working together now for a few months, and it's been great getting to know you guys, and you guys have been awesome. And
Thank you.
And yeah, excited to launch this update. So now that we're in the lab, right? Like this is meant to be the harder version. Why did you make a hard game harder?
I mean,
I like asking the hard hitting questions. This is not a podcast. This is a trial. Don't let go. Don't.
So what are you trying to do?
I'm trying to
launch you to the far one.
Yeah. But not the far thing over, just like the pole that's right there to the right, like that.
So
little pole.
just began the discussion.
yeah.
Yeah. So what? So yeah, why did you make the hard game harder? Let's focus. Don't. Even though Sam and I are having a conversation right next to me, that's okay.
Yeah.
Don't worry about the conversation that Sam and I are having. There's only. Okay.
Well,
Yeah.
I mean, for us, the labs update, it was always like a second map, like a second level, and for people that it's they're already used to the game, to the penguins and the physics and all. So I mean, I wouldn't say it's harder, but it's
No.
like it has some other mechanics, and it's just the new stuff that is I don't know, somehow
It's just different. Yeah.
It's just different. Okay.
It's different.
I think the thing is, if you complete the game, you wouldn't find it much difficult. Just different.
Okay, that's interesting.
The thing is, you didn't complete the game, so you are learning on space.
Well, yeah, obviously, yeah. That I've made that clear.
Yeah.
That we know. We know
So
that neither of us have completed this game. So we are learning.
You're learning on a space that is not designed for it.
Right.
So it can come as difficult. Yeah.
I think we're doing all right so far. I'm feeling okay, honestly.
You're doing great.
Thank you. We're gamers. We play games. That's right. Sam and I, we play games. Sam's honestly the one who's throwing it off because he's in more of a Sonic mindset, and that's what's killing the vibes. If he was in a Mario mindset, we would be, or like the Ice Climbers mindset, then we'd be. Then it would be way different. It'd be way different. Yeah, that's cool. Are there? I got to be honest. Like, I got to ask, like, how much? Not yet. Wait for the momentum. Wait for the momentum. How much were people like? Did you find a lot of people were completing the game and being like, "Yeah, we need more stuff. We need more," or how many versus people who were just being like, "This is too hard. I got my laughs. I'm good."
I mean, like, people who completed the game wanted more.
Yeah.
But there are also like a lot of other people that didn't even bother to complete the game, and that's fine. Like, if you're enjoying your time and you just don't want to finish it, it's okay. Like, I understand. But yeah, people who completed Bread and Fred wanted more, because at the end, if you had fun, you want more of the same. So yeah, that's for them.
So, how did you decide on the labs as a theme?
I don't really know how it started, but I know we have like an NPC on the single player mode that it's a scientist, and we were like, okay, we can make his lab for the new theme for the map, but I don't know how it started.
I think it started like everything on our studio as a joke, probably.
Yeah.
And we went with it. We tried it, and it made sense at the end.
My guess is it was like a lore thing. Yeah, we came up with this story behind all the game, and we just said the secret labs of the of this professor in the single player.
Yeah,
maybe it was because we thought about the mechanics that it were like more mechanical, and we were like, where do we place that? Maybe we came up with the labs. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't remember where it came up first. No.
The chicken or the egg?
Yeah.
Okay, that makes sense. And so, what else? What else is new? What are we doing? Come on. What else is new? Oh man, that people can expect in this? No. You got to watch the YouTube video. This will make way more sense on why there's such chaos in this video on this podcast. Right. Okay. Lockstep. Hit the button. You're gonna hit the button, and you're gonna go there, and we're gonna jump over here, and then we're gonna jump over here, and then we're gonna jump up there. Okay. Simple. See, we got this. Oh, what?
Well, okay,
Rude.
What is happening?
Okay. All right. But anyway, so what else is new in the labs that people should expect? Like in the new update, is there anything else besides just the new content? Is that right?
Well, you can expect new. I mean, there are a few secret zones that you should discover, and then, I mean, I don't want to give up the end, but
yeah, don't give away the ending. I was just saying, is there anything else?
So,
but it's something cool at the end.
Yeah, it's something cool. But
I mean, we have more lore exploration.
Yeah,
and you can learn more about the Bread and Fred universe and the story behind it if you want to. I mean, there's like a lot of people that don't even bother to learn about what's happening here. But
what's important? Yeah. People love their lore.
Yeah.
Right. So it makes sense. I guess you got to build out the Bread and Fred universe.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's critical. Oh man, trying to think. Yeah, I got to say, I'm not gonna lie. I've been pretty confident in my ability to podcast and play at the same time. This is the hardest it's ever been, but it's been fun. I'm having fun playing the game, and with Sam right next to me, we're doing a great job here showing off this content here. This is the easy part, isn't it? Oh, right, this part here. I forgot we just did this. Yeah. What were some of the inspirations? Did I get to that? Did we talk about that already? I don't think so. Yeah, what were some of the inspirations behind the game? Like, what was it that you said?
I mean,
for you were looking at when you're trying to get the feel of it? Was there any specific titles?
It's mainly for gameplay. I'll say like games like Jump King, Getting Over It, Pogo Stack, like those kind of games that are based on climbing, and then if you fail a jump, you go all back to the beginning. So I'll say those were like really big inspiration for us.
We go right.
And
yeah,
we mix that with games like Overcooked or Moving Out, which really brings the cooperative feel, and you are shouting to your partner and you hate each other. So yeah, we wanted to make the best of both worlds.
Yeah, or like Overcooked as well in that similar style. See, have a little faith.
Yeah, it's like a mix between a rage game and a party game for us, because when you're playing a rage game it's like single player, you are getting angry to the developers or the game itself, and you tend to rage more about the game. But if you are playing with a partner, you yell at each other, not at something like you don't have to control with, and it makes and creates fun scenarios with the partner you are playing with. So yeah, that was like the thing we focus on. Yeah.
Right. So like here we are very out of sync. We were very in sync for a while, and now we're very out of sync. 1, 2, 3. Are we gonna do a 1, 2, 3 jump situation? Is that how we're gonna do it? Oh yeah, you got little cues. 1, 2. Oh, that worked out well. Have you heard? Have you heard any like stories, like personal stories from people who were like, "Yeah, this was highly destructive to this relationship."
I mean, Steam is full of reviews saying that this is how I break up with my with my girlfriend, or divorce speedrun, or things like that.
Man. And it's a positive review.
Well, there you go. You can never say that you didn't have an impact on somebody's life.
Yeah.
For better or worse, you had substantial impact on some people's lives.
It's funny. Oh, cool game. Let me try and play with my wife or something like that. Sorry, we got a divorce. 10 out of 10. It's pretty weird.
Yeah. Well, there is like an unassuming juxtaposition to the whole thing, because you have these adorable character models, and then you have this tough as nails gameplay. But I think it's also, it's an opportunity for bonding as well, right? Like that's part of it. It's not just about the pain, right? It's about the struggle can lead to growth.
Yeah.
Right? There's something poetic there. Right? That's not
that's the idea. Yeah.
Just spewed. Sure. Why not? I'm trying to think. Whatever. Thing is, like, my mind is like reeling as I'm going through this. I think when this is done, I'm going to throw a haymaker at Sam. And then if we ever meet in person, I'll throw some haymakers your way too. Are you guys? And where are you located? I mean, I know, but for the audience.
And we're in Spain, Barcelona.
In Spain,
yeah.
Barcelona. Love Barcelona. Is there much of a game development scene in Barcelona? So
yeah, it is.
Tell me about that.
I mean, yeah. So we've been to like a lot of events here in Spain around the different communities, and it's amazing. Like there are a lot of people that are making great games, and there are even a lot of games that we didn't know they were Spanish until we met them at some event. So and it happened a lot with Brand and Fred, that we went to. We had a stand, and they were like, "Oh, we didn't know you were Spanish," and we were like, "Yeah." And it happens to a lot of us, and and they are really supportive. We are friends with some of them, so.
Whose cat was that?
It's mine,
David.
Very cool. That's awesome. I like to. It's been a while since I've had like truly independent developers on the podcast, and I think you guys are like one of the. you're a great example of that kind of that like indie spirit and what can happen with like a small team finding success. And so what would you recommend, or what would you say to aspiring indie developers that are trying to basically do what you do? Like, I think games like yours are an inspiration for a lot of those upstart teams. So what would you tell them if they were like, man, how do I do something like Bread and Fred? How do I do this?
I'll say, don't take us for an example.
Yeah.
Because I know it's cool, the idea of making a game and really selling a lot, but we are 1 in a million. And I'll say, like, if you really want to make games for a living, like, don't give up. If your first, second, third attempt are not really successful, just keep going. Because you can like really blow up and go viral with your first game, but it's not common, and you shouldn't expect that.
Yeah, we are like an exception to the indie game development. We came with an idea like in 10 minutes or so. We developed that idea, it blew up. We have a studio now, but it's not like what happens normally. We got pretty lucky, so yeah.
But to that point, you did it, right? And I think that is, I guess the thing that's important to note on that side is not so much if you're, looking at the example. I think it's less so about following the example of success, because success is never guaranteed, right? But the example of doing it and completing the thing, like that alone is an achievement and an accomplishment for a small team. You got a small team of 3 guys who are able to knock out a passion project over the course of 3 years. Like, the amount of games, I don't have any data backing this up, but I'd say it's probably more likely that more games don't ship.
Yeah, for sure.
Than do ship. Yeah, especially in the indie space, right?
Yeah. So there's a point in a project where you like hate everything you did, and you have to push through it.
Yeah, I also say, for me, like, what really helped me keep going on the project is that it was public and everyone could see it. And I was like, okay, they knew that this game is coming out, so I should keep going and actually release the game. Because if it was something like we kept in private, I'm 100% sure it wouldn't launch any. Never.
Yeah.
So for me, like, making it public and trying and gaining followers and gaining wishlists, and that really motivate me to keep going.
Very cool. Yeah, that's great. It's great to know. Did you ever get in touch with that TikToker who
got
you all those? Who was it?
Yeah, I say thank you.
It was I don't know how he discovered us, but we really need to buy him something.
Yeah.
Oh, you don't remember the name of the guy?
Yeah, Matt Morph.
Well, we know that not his real name. We know.
Oh, but the username, of course.
Sure.
All right. Well, now that we know it, say it one more time. If anybody knows this guy.
Matt Morph.
Yeah.
Mad Morph. All right.
Yeah.
Mad Morph. If anybody knows him. Apparently Sandcastles is going to buy you some stuff. Don't know what. Something.
Whatever you want.
Something.
Yeah.
Man, what's oh, you know what you should send him? Send him some of that Iberica ham from Barcelona. That stuff's delicious.
Yeah.
Does that travel well? I don't know if it does or not.
I don't know.
I would assume not. I mean, maybe it's just dried, right? It's kind of like jerky. It travels like jerky, I'd assume. But you get it from the fresh slice. That's a big difference, right? It's like the moment it's cut, it probably loses some of it, after a while. I also have some great olives. Ooh, send him some good olives from Barcelona. I had some phenomenal olives in Barcelona. You get that Mediterranean olives. Oh boy. I don't know. It's just food. Send him some food. I don't know what kind of knickknacks or trinkets.
Olive oil.
Olive oil. Now we're talking. That's very versatile. I don't think we're going to make this. We're going to try this one more time, and then and if we don't make this thing,
Let's try it overhead.
over. Okay. Yeah, don't make me swing, and I'm the worst at swinging. That's clearly obvious. All right, we're going to make one more go at this. If you're not watching the YouTube, this is an epic moment for Sam and I. He already screwed up this swing. We're going to try to do an overhand swing to get to this platform. As he is, I want to see like the full rotation. Like if you were a bucket of water, I want nothing to spill out. You ready? And go. That was a complete and utter failure. That was the worst attempt yet. All right. I'm going to stop the stream there. So, and that way we can get to my silly game. So, fellas, people watch the podcast. They listen to the podcast. They come for one thing and one thing only. My stupid games. That's not true, but I hope it's true. Who knows? Either way, they come for the content, and that's all encompassing. But I like torturing my guests with dumb games. So, they're all different. They're not the same. And this time, what I've done, because you guys have a game of cute penguins, right? So what I've done is I've searched for a list online. I'm like, surely someone in the internet has created a list of the best penguins in video games. So what we're going to do is I am going to go through. We'll go to around twice. Okay. And we'll go alphabetical order by first name to determine to go through this list. So each person will get to guess twice. You get the value of points inversely related to the position on the list. So if it's number 7, you get 1 point. If it's number 1, you get 7 points. Make sense?
Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Now this was just to give you some context so you're not thrown off. This list was created. I couldn't find anything newer, but this was written in, I want to say 2022. I just had the list here. It was listed in, exactly, it was 2022. Okay. So no Bread, no Fred. And it was written by the gamer. Okay.
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 David, you have the first guess.
I'm thinking about penguins. I mean, I would like to say King DDD, but I don't think he's a penguin. But I think most people confuse him with a penguin. So, like from Kirby.
Is that going to be your first guess?
Yeah, let's say it.
That is number 1 on the list.
Yeah, makes
King
sense.
Day.
I don't think it's a
DDD.
penguin either.
I think he is, but
It's penguin-ish.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool, because I don't know any more.
I'll allow it.
I'm thinking, how many penguins are there?
There's at least 7.
yeah.
And honestly, the one that I thought of is not even on this list, but I don't think that penguin has a name
Really?
that I'm thinking of. But we'll get to that later. Guillem, what do you got?
Only in video games.
Yeah.
Only video games, yeah. I mean, you could guess on another penguin that might have been a cross-media penguin.
I just thought of Mario in the penguin suit, but I don't know.
You don't know? You could pass. But you gonna pass?
Yeah, I pass.
All right, fair enough. All right, Victor, what do you got?
Do they have a name? Do they need to have a name? Because
no.
I'm
like
thinking
one of these.
the penguin mother from Super Mario 64.
Okay, so that was the one that I thought of. It is not on this list. All right.
Okay, so I don't know any other penguin right now.
Well, then this is going to be a really fast game. But David, you basically won. It is impossible. You have an insurmountable lead with this. It's probably the fastest game we've ever played. But do you want to add insult to injury and take another guess on the top 7 penguins, according to the gamer?
I haven't played any Mega Man, but I'm guessing that's a penguin, a boss penguin in Mega Man at some point. because there are so many.
Usually I'd get picky, but it was impressive enough that you guessed that. Number 3 on the list is Chill Penguin, and that would be the first boss from Mega Man X, which is my
Thank you.
How
thank
is
you.
not,
which is my
how is
favorite
not
Mega Man
the
game.
penguin from Super Mario 64 on there?
Yeah.
It's like the most
Guillem,
famous
Victor, you want
penguin.
to make any more guesses just for fun? Then I'll tell you what the rest of this list is.
No, I don't think so.
Okay.
Is there a
I can't
penguin
remember
Monster Hunter?
anyone.
So some of these I never heard of, but we'll have some fun here. Number 7, Dr. Akagi from Starbound. Don't know who that is.
No idea.
DJ. The number 6 is DJ Grooves from A Hat
Oh my
in Time.
God. Yeah.
Okay, getting into platforming territory. This one's kind of crazy. Number 5 is Paxton and Filbert from RuneScape. Now I'm very confused because these are what I'm looking at are 2 sheep, but according to this, while attempting to shear the sheep on the farm, players encounter a thing, as Farmer Fred called it. In reality, it was 2 penguins disguised as a sheep.
Okay.
Number 4 is I think he's you know what? There's some good penguins up here, but I would probably move him up a bit. Is Prinny from Disgaea?
No idea.
If you ever play a
idea.
Disgaea game, they are everywhere. They say "dude" a lot. They're great. They got a few games too. Number 3, Chill Penguin from Mega Man. Number 2, the Piplup line from Pokemon.
Oh my God.
Yeah, that made so much sense. Yeah.
That's a straight up penguin. And then number 1, King Day or DDD. It's Day.
I don't know.
I have no
I think
idea.
that, but
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah, right. Smash Brothers, they say it. Anyway. Guys, we did it. We've come to the end of this. Thank you for joining me. Thank you for walking through the game. Thank you for giving me some background, learn about you guys. This is game's awesome, even though I'm terrible at it, or more like because Sam's terrible at it, but whatever, you know.
Yeah, let's blame Sam. Yeah.
It's Sam's fault. You saw what happened. We all saw what happened. Okay? Don't worry about who I was. Don't worry about who he was. Just know that it was his fault on why we didn't get any further in the lab. Also, jumping into the hardest levels of a game, especially one like this.
Yeah.
What do you expect? But it's awesome. If you're fans of Bread and Fred, there's only more content for you. If you're not at the end, well, now there's more incentive for you to get to the end because that goalpost has officially moved, which is very exciting stuff. David is the winner of the game. I will start with you first, and I'll go to all you guys. But is there anywhere you want people to find you? Are you on social media? Are you on TikTok yourself? Is there? Or do you just like to stay hidden and off social media because you value your mental health?
No, I'm on almost every social media because I hate myself.
Perfect.
I'm at Twitter. I refuse to call it X. And I am at Master Alpaca.
That's an awesome name.
If you want to find me on Twitter.
Is there a story behind that one?
Yeah, but it's a silly one, as every story from me. Like, I was called when I was 13. My nickname was David the Master. And when I grew up, I was like, that's a really cringe name. But I wanted to keep something about it. And I was like, okay, let's keep Master. And I don't know, I thought of alpacas and Master Alpaca.
Hell yeah. I like it. That's good stuff. Guillem, how about yourself?
Well, I'm more of a private person, but I could tell you my socials, but I really post once in a while, and I'm very.
That's all right. The only thing that would come from this podcast are people who are like, "Hey, great job," and this game is awesome. But if you don't want to say it, that's fine too. There's no pressure.
Yeah. My Twitter account, my X account is Guillem RMQ, and that's it.
All right, and all these will be linked in the description below, so you can just click those, follow, send the good vibes. Victor.
Yeah, so I have socials on everything, I think. You can find me as Big Bama. I could write it down for you.
Yeah, please do.
Really weird.
Links below, everybody.
Yeah, but also by Victor or Alter Ego Big, I think. I have like a a bunch of those. But yeah.
Very cool. And they're, of course, always prowling the streets of Barcelona. Look for them with that big bone of Iberica ham. Everybody carries in Barcelona for self-defense, as we know.
100%.
Exactly. All right. Well, guys, thanks again. And it's funny because while we're recording this, before we release, it will be out after we release. So I will say congrats on the update. And and it's awesome. And yeah, it's just been and it's been great working with you guys for the last few months. Since Infograms became the distributor of the game. So it's been very cool. And thank you. And you can follow me at Jays of Doom on Blue Sky, because not only do I refuse to call it X, I'm also basically done with that platform. So for a variety of reasons. So find me there. Also, say nice, comment down in the YouTube video. If you made it this far, you like it. So I'll remind you to please review us on podcast services. That will be much appreciated. And until next time, thanks for listening.